Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing and thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. I recently did a video on the topic that Sir P of Politricks Watch made about abortion being the highest contributor factor to low birth rate in Jamaica. And he made a bold statement. I asked for research material, where his findings, where the statistics to prove it that are actually factual and not something that is made up to spread propaganda. Where are the research materials and stuff like that? And I believe that I'm within my right as a Jamaican woman to ask for the information because he's making a bold and daring statement about the populace of Jamaican women and abortion being a high contributor factor. I also put in my point that we are living in an advanced state in the 21st century, and in the advanced state there are so many contraceptives that are out there that women are making use of, which would contribute to a low birth rate, which are not only condoms, but there is the copper T, there are injections that women take, there's something called contraceptive pills, there's also the Postioner 2, which are the emergency contraceptives, which one would take immediately after intercourse, right? So that there would be nothing on the follow-up. Now, upon such understanding, one would clearly see that in the 21st century, with so much different contraceptives and women having a choice as to which one they would choose, there has to be, given the fact that women are more employed, women are also more employable. Women are willing to be employed and stay employed. And with all that being considered, that gives them a sense of autonomy to do their own thing, decide whether or not they are ready to become a mother or to be a parent or to start a family. With all those contributory factors, clearly you are going to have a very low birth rate in Jamaica. Female advancement and female empowerment is in steady increase. And because of such, women are exercising their right to their body as to whichever contraceptive they want to use, or whether or not they want to get into intercourse to the point where they become pregnant. Now, when I look through the comment section, a lot of persons are from Sir P, cult following base, decide to come over to my comment section and inject their insulting and disrespectful comments. And I said that Sir P has a lot of persons who are illiterate, who are his cult followers, but I realized that I was actually wrong. He has a high level of illiterate cult followers that troll people and decide that they are going to make insulting and disrespectful comments. And you can tell that these people are illiterate, given that they are unable to formulate a proper sentence. And so with that being said, they strongly believe that Sir P is always right. He's never in grave error. Apparently, I am not within my God-given right as a woman and as a Jamaican to ask for verification of your statement, to ask for your research material, to ask for your data, the statistics that you have to prove of your argument. That's like me coming out and saying 99% of men are homosexual in Jamaica. 99% of them are actually down low men in Jamaica, which means that they are homosexual in closet hiding, but they pretend as if they are straight. 99% of Jamaican men, whether they are living in Jamaica or they're living in the diaspora, they are actually homosexual. And I could say that given the fact that how they treat women, how they abuse women, they are cheaters, they are philanderers, they are proud whores and living the life of whoredom. Not only that, they have a tendency to have an interest in wanting to touch a woman in her anus, touch a woman in her butt area, and all of this. It's just that a lot of women are keeping men secret, and upon keeping men secret, they won't speak on it. I can come and say that. I am sure a lot of you guys are going to ask me, where's my research material? Where's my statistics to prove that 99% of Jamaican men, or most Jamaican men, whether they're in Jamaica or in the diaspora, are actually gay? I'm sure a lot of you would have asked me that. Not only that, Ever so often, women would say, all men are dogs, so many men are dogs, so many men are dirty men, or dirty man, as they say in patois. In patois, a lot of men used to run with the rhetoric question, asking, how many men have you slept with to prove that? Where is your statistic to prove that all men are dogs and they are dirty men and all of these stuff? These are questions that men used to ask. So why is it now that I'm asking for evidence to Sir P argument? It's an issue. It's like he's so right. Whenever he comes out and say anything, he is beyond reproach. He should not be questioned because what he says is gospel. See, Sir P has sat down and have made Vybz Kartel a villain, have highlighted all the things that Vybz Kartel have been involved in, and he brought his research material. He didn't just come out and say things about Vybz Kartel. He brought his research material to say this and that about Vybz Kartel, right? All of you listened, all of you look for evidence, all of you watched, all of you said, yay. No, if he's coming out and he's saying something about women in Jamaica and that it's a high abortion rate, that is the main contributor factor to low birth rate in Jamaica. Are we not within our right to ask for research material? I saw someone in the comment section that's asking me, am I going to say the same thing about jacket? Do I need research material? Of course, because it was a white man who came out and made a statement about Jamaican women being the most to give jacket. He did not put a North American country in it. He put a few African countries and put Jamaica in it. And this is how people spread propaganda. And this is how you stupid, low intelligent, below normal intelligence idiots believe every single thing that someone says out there that is negative about Black women and Jamaican women. And you guys follow pursuit, especially when the person happens to be white or hiding behind a camera. So they prevent you from judging them. They prevent themselves from coming out and facing any form of scrutiny. So they feel comfortable sitting behind a camera, hiding and saying just about anything with their voice. I'm sorry, with their voice altering and all of these type of things. You guys are quick. You see how you guys can easily be misled? Because someone who is behind closed door, you don't know him, you can't, he doesn't put himself out there in the gauntlet for you to scrutinize him or have anything to say. But anything that he says about anybody just happens to be true and happen to be gospel. And if he comes out tomorrow and say, you know, a lot of men, 90% of men who are being taken out in Jamaica, 90% of them, a woman is behind it or a woman orchestrated, all of you in the comment section are going to believe, because like I said, you guys are stupid, below normal intelligence, and can be easily misled. So you believe any propaganda that is out there, and then you have a lot of women out there, like I said, have the most decrepit self-esteem, and so you will follow men to the end of the earth, and whatever negative that they say, you believe that you are some sort of anomaly, a one-off, a standoff, and indifferent, so they're not going to see you as that because you have that dry 4C here that is natural, and you don't wear makeup, and you wear glasses, and you're so crossing your T's and dotting all your I's. So you're so different. And because men come out and say, oh, she is different based on her natural this and her natural that, and you actually believe them. You actually believe everything that comes out of their mouth. Do you guys know if Sir P is a man or a woman? He can say, he can be anybody. He's a charlatan. That's what I know. He's a charlatan because, number one, we don't know who this individual is. This individual sits very comfortable scrutinizing everybody, going, digging up into people's life and bringing their personal life on social media. This is what he's known to do. We don't know if the arguments are in fact true. So it's the same thing with the argument about his abortion. I'm asking, and I'm adamant about it. Where is this finding? Sir P is sitting comfortable somewhere in Canada or in the United States, and is coming out and making this bold statement, judging from the hood booger community that he lives in, believing that all the Black women in that community speak for all women who are Black in every Black community in Jamaica and in that community in the foreign land where he's at. And that's where the issue lies. There are people out there who conduct themselves with a great deal of dignity. Everybody's not running around and having abortion. Everybody does not believe in that. And so I can't even scrutinize all North American Black women because not all of them believe in abortion. Not all of them support it. Not all of them are with it. Not all of them have done it. And so they won't champion for it. You understand? So I do not know where he get that argument from, or where he get his statistic, which he is yet to prove. So I'm asking for it. I'm calling on Sir P. See, he's a god to you, but he's nobody to me. He's just a regular man. Sir P is just a regular man to me. We don't go around and reverencing people and over-respecting anybody out here as if they're beyond reproach and all of that. No, we don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. I respect you, but I'm not going to over-respect you. No, I'm certainly not going to. You understand? Sir P is not beyond reproach and he's not perfect. He has made error, and once he has made error, I'm going to speak on it, whether your cultic, illiterate followers like it or not. The first time I know that these people were illiterate was years ago when I did the video, the first video that I did on Sir P that went viral, and I spoke about Sir P and the Tivoli Gardens residents. I was not attacking Sir P nowhere in my video. I put the pointers across as to why the residents are like that, what caused it, and how it can be fixed. But the persons in the comment section, they are so illiterate. Like I said, you have no idea. It's like an innate, like I always say, their stupidity is innate. You understand? And so they came in the comment section, they didn't even listen. They just wanted a moment to go in there, speaking on my eyebrows, speaking on my lips, speaking on my face, speaking on what I'm wearing. I care zero. I care zero. I care zero. My argument still stands, and you're not about to change it. Simply because you don't like what I said. You cannot affect change. Sir P, did you know that you can stay long enough to be a villain? Because you're becoming a villain right now, because your arguments seem malicious. If there is no evidence to your argument and you're making this type of bold statement, then you are being a malicious individual, whether your followers like it or not. Sir P is being malicious. He's being a malicious individual. A white man came and did the same thing. He made the statement about Jamaican women and jacket. Where is the research material? What is it being compared to? Which country, which major first world country, or which other Caribbean island? Where was this research? Which clinic did he go to find out these information about women have given men jacket, and it's Jamaican women mostly that are doing it. And you guys, as stupid as you look and as stupid as it get, you bought into it. You see how easily you people can be misled? And you believe that Gaza people are sheep and they're sheep nation and they're sleeping and all of these, and your supporters are some sort of woke activists and are awakened and they're highly intelligent, my ass. You have yet to prove it. You people can't even accomplish a proper sentence. I don't know where you get this argument from, believing that you can just come out and make bold statement about anybody or any group of women out there, in particular Black Jamaican women, and then we are not supposed to ask, we are not supposed to question, we're supposed to take it and say that's true. You know, so many women, it's a high abortion rate, which is a contributory factor. Who told you that? Where did you get it from? A woman who is having abortion or is doing abortion, a doctor, multiple doctors out there in Jamaica, across Jamaica, have presented you that information that high abortion rate is a contributor factor to low birth rate in Jamaica. Who gave you that information? So for all those who believe that Sir P is beyond reproach, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. Any video that he puts out and I feel like I want to ether it, I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. Because if you're going to spread propaganda, then we can come at you. I know that you are a propagandist. Because nothing in what you're saying is actually factual, like the one that you did on Traore. Mass propaganda. That is mass propaganda. And you're complaining that the people in the Patreon are saying this about you. Sir P, you have a low view. Your views are declining for a reason. Because a lot of things that you claim are research and data, they are not true. They're simply not true. You aren't the only one researching. You're not more intelligent than anybody else out there. Neither am I. But if you make an error or you're in error in your argument and someone can highlight it or someone is highlighting it, I don't see what's the issue. I said specific in my video that I will not use any adjective to describe Sir P. That's what I said. But he's coming off as an anti-black woman type of black man. I'm sorry, that's how a lot of men in this society are. They're anti-black women. They only cater for the woman that they're sleeping with or the woman who bear their children. But otherwise from that, they really do not like black women. And so, because there are so many persons out there who do not like black women, as soon as there's something negative that is being said, you love to push it. You love to push a negative engine on black women. And as soon as somebody says something negative about them, everybody is jumping up to agree to it. And then the stupid black women out there are agreeing to it. I see people are telling me that's not the definition of a simp. You can't go on Google and your Urban Dictionary and believe that you can define what a simp is. First of all, the word simp is shortened for simple. And the word simple means stupid. So you're in no position to use your Urban Dictionary to feel like you can define or tell me that's not what the definition of a simp is. Because a lot of you don't even know what the very word, know that it is an abbreviation for simple, meaning stupid. So you guys need to go somewhere. I am not petrified. I'm not scared. I'm not taken aback. I'm not stoked by Sir P. I'm not easily impressed. And he has said a lot of things that are in grave error. And if I feel like I want to highlight it, then I'm going to. I am not the only person who spoke out against him, and because you speak out against Sir P, that means that you are a promiscuous woman, you're a whore, you're a crossmite, you're a kerosene, and all this type of foolishness. You guys are stupid, mentally inferior to a teenager. And you believe that you're different from Gaza and you're better than, you're actually worse. Because at least Gaza people, we can see that a lot of them simply do not know any better. But you guys who claim to know better lack the ability to actually do better and be better. You know, one thing I realize with the mass of Jamaican people, they want a change. A lot of them really want a change. A lot of them really want a positive change. But a lot of you do not want to be the change. You don't want to be the change. You want to sit from somewhere and believe that you can stay in the diaspora, in your hood, where you are not living any better than the average Jamaican, and believe that you can turn down your nose and look at Jamaican people and come out and say all these nasty and derogatory things about Jamaican people, and they're not this and they're not that, and they're kerosene, they're crossmite, they're 90s, they're this, they're that. And a lot of you in the diaspora, it's your family members, your children. It's your children that help to stir up all the crime in the society. A lot of you are not the difference. You guys are the problem. You guys are the problem. So if a lot of these women were even having abortion in Iraq, good. At least they're not reproducing another version of you people. And what was said. And what was said. We're not here to spare feelings. You're going there, I can go there. You go low, I'm going into the abyss. I'm not going to hell, I'm going into the abyss. So if you don't have any research material to back up your argument, you are speaking farce. It's a propaganda. You're being malicious. And that's where it's at. Sir P is being malicious. Without the research material on Jamaica, and not something that he made up, he's being malicious. Somebody spoke about some clinic that he has been to, and a lot of women there coming there to do abortion. First and foremost, abortion is illegal in Jamaica. That's number one. So clearly, that person is a liar because it's not Jamaica that he's speaking on. And nobody's going to any doctor and telling everybody that they are going there for abortion. So that argument is rubbish. That's how you know that these people are propagandists. They are all propagandists. Illiterate, uneducated, unintelligent propagandists. You don't even have a way, a system, a movement to create a whole montage of elements to prove that, you know, let me try to be smart in the information that I'm spreading so it actually look real. The people are already stupid, so they're going to believe anything. But when you go loud, I go louder. That's the thing. When you go loud, I am going to go louder because I'm going to shut shit down. We need evidence of the argument. And if you don't have evidence of the argument, you are a mere propagandist. That's what you are. A propagandist. And your followers are cultic and stupid as they look and how they are. That's all I have to say. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you.